The preferences screen has a few different things in it that are noteworthy. Um, Mainly, the main thing you need to be aware of is taxes and markups. In the upper left grid, there's tax rates. So you need to have at least one or tax rate. If you work in different locales with different tax rates, put all of them in there and then choose the one for each particular estimate when you create them and assign it to that estimate. Markup works the same way. You need to have at least one markup in there, but if you want to have different markups for different customers, you put all the different markups that you might use in there, and then assign the appropriate markup for the appropriate estimate. Taxes are assigned. You can have different taxes for labor and materials. You can have taxes, multiple taxes, or if you have a state-wide tax, and then you add it like so. And then if you have a county, some counties may add additional tax. You can add that on top of the state tax. When you specify a tax rate, indicate whether the markup is included in the tax or not. Piggyback only applies probably to certain Canadian provinces where the tax is calculated on top of another tax. In most cases, you would probably indicate no, unless you live in certain provinces in Canada. It should be noted that you cannot print an estimate until you assign taxes. Even if it's no taxes, assign no taxes. Same with markup. If it's zero, if you want to have a zero markup, assign a zero markup. Otherwise, you won't be able to print the estimate. And the markup, whatever markup you choose or assign to an estimate, is immediately reflected on the price per and the totals in the estimate screen, and of course in the printed version. In the provinces, there's also database operations. First thing that you should probably be aware of is you can back up your entire database, Estimate Master database, to an email. In the email, when you say backup, it goes to the email that's in your My Company information, and the restore works in the email. It tells you how to restore it. There is also an empty database button, which empties the database. So do that. There's only a few situations where you want to empty the database. If you're a new user in your company and there's already a database established in the cloud, you would empty it first. And if you touch, assuming there's already a database in the cloud, it's been used, in other words, before, you touch sync with iCloud, and then it brings in a database. So now this user has a copy of what everybody else is using. So to make a copy of what everybody else is using, you empty it and then sync with the cloud, but don't do that unless you know there's something in the cloud. In other words, everybody who has an iPad, for example, or a Mac needs to be logged into the same iCloud account. And the way the sync works is every record in the database, every line item, in other words, has a unique ID identifier and a timestamp. So when you sync, the newer timestamps overwrite the older timestamps, and records with unique IDs are inserted. So a database will grow as you sync, as you add estimates, line items. It will grow every time somebody does a sync. The database is updated and their copy of it is updated. So if you have free users of this with 3 iPads, for example, everybody will have the same database, and there'll be 3 databases on each of the iPads and a 4th one in the cloud, as long as everybody's using the same iCloud account. So going back to the empty database, if you've got an established database that everybody's syncing with, you get a new user, you empty it out, and you just touch sync with iCloud, and there's nothing in there, so it just brings in new data. Everything's inserted from the database in the cloud.